Welcome back, fellow pushers. Just going to make sure the volume is fully engaged. It is a glorious time for those that have been saving some arcade coins because, let's back out of here, the new event has rolled around. So we've got I guess, what am I going to call it? The bounty store is still available for those that didn't already cash in their handcuffs. So me personally, I didn't manage to get enough for Asia's exclusive, which was a little disappointing. I think I reached around the 90 point mark, so way off, but I managed to get what is it? I think it was 20 perfect tires with, oh, not perfect tires, the purple bounties. So, you know what I'm talking about. If you're new to this game, I apologize for not being specific, but I think people know what I'm talking about. So, 20 of the purple bounty quests, and I got all the blue ones. So I actually snagged some perfect tires, which is what I was getting mixed up with, and I got all the senior. I got some, just some goodies. Make sure you use your points, guys. Don't let it roll over. It will basically, you don't get them. You don't get to keep them, as far as I can tell. Handcuffs can be used in bounty. Handcuffs will be cleared when current round bounty events ends. Don't fall into the trap. You might get really lucky if you email the devs and say, "Hey, I missed out. Can I just use them on da 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 da?" But you're kind of playing to chance with that one. So make sure you use that today. Arcade event is here. Awesome. Excuse me. Awesome event for people that are free to play because they are extremely accessible. So I'll actually briefly show you where you can get some each day. I've been saving up for 2 months now, so I skipped the last one, and I don't know if I will have enough to complete the 600 mark, but I suspect I'll be very close. So I am actually going to use it this time round. I want the phobe copies or the Phoebe copies. And honestly, I really don't care too much about these Haldums. But essentially, I just want that. So my advice is, if you're going to roll for the arcade, you can easily get 100 arcade tokens. So I'll break it down. An arcade token is worth 1, and a royal token, which is the upgrade version, is worth 3 points. So 1 point for the usual one, 3 points for the royal one. So royal ones are pretty hard to get. You have to basically buy them from the shop. I noticed that the turkey event corresponding, when you get your mini turkey, I don't think I can show you an example, but it's in your bag. If you get a mini turkey, I actually got a couple of royal tokens from the mini turkeys, which is awesome. So that's one thing that I don't have to stress about. But there's a couple of ways to get the royal tokens, but essentially you're gonna have to use gems. Like, it is what it is. You can get it in the hyperlane. You can buy it from the shop. Personally, I wouldn't buy them. I would only ever purchase perfect hire coins with gems, just because they're so valuable. When you hit a perfect hire event, trust me, you feel like a god when you can do 30 to 40 pulls and get all the corresponding rewards from perfect hire, because that's literally where you make your maximum progress in this game, in concerning like actually building your heroes. So this is a nice event. I really like this. I am going to do it. I don't know if I'll make it into a separate video, or I'll make this one a little bit lengthy. I probably won't make this. I probably won't do it in this video because it's going to take me a lot. At the moment, I've got like what, 400 and 400. So by the time I finish, it's probably going to be around the 450 mark, and then by the actual end of the event, I probably will get close to the 600 mark. And I'll show you why in a second. I'm not a free to play. Just full disclosure. So I'm going to get 10 a day. So I'm going to get 10 a day that way. Also, the arcade points for the Royal is higher, so I'm going to get some additional points from that. But yeah, basically, you want to get your 4 a day from reaching the 8th milestone on your daily quest reward, and don't use these. So the only reason I've done the 2 draws is because of the corresponding turkey event, and I sort of weighed it up and said I'm already in a position where I have enough. It's not going to hurt me too much to do 2 arcade draws a day, because I get 4 essentially for free. But if you're not in that position, to each their own. Some people won't do senior hire, so it's like, do I do senior hire? Do I do arcade? For me, I did both because I want to maximize as much of these matches as possible to help my guild out. But this is really just event dependent. Generally speaking, I wouldn't use the arcade. I wouldn't do the senior hire. I'm not too fussed about the energy orbs. Eventually, you'll get to the point where energy orbs just accumulate because you've already maxed out your legendary status of your skills and stuff like that. So that's one way to get them. You get 4 from there. Another way is from the store. So you can buy them each day. Sometimes they have a 10, so like a 10 grab here, and that's for 400 gems. That's pretty much best value. I think the only better value is in the hyperspace lane, which is over here. Hyperspace. So this is all random, by the way, guys. So you have to go through all the levels to see it, but eventually you might be able to purchase them slightly better value. If you're really penny pinching, you could probably get them better value in here. Also, you can get the perfect tires for better value in here as well than the shop. So that's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, going back to this, look, generally speaking, I don't buy these for gems. I don't even buy the senior highs for gems anymore, because the reality is you'll get to a point in the game where senior highs are part of the campaign, but you also see that they are really abundant in the blue bounty quests that you can get every day. You can also get them in the hyper lane. So they're not rare, if that makes sense. They're not realistically worth spending your gems on. You really only want to spend them on the perfect tire. So I've already bought them out. So I essentially use the friendship summons purely for poker chips. I bought a couple of these today because I just wanted to do a 10 bomb. I was like a bit bored. But normally I'm disciplined. I save up. I just save them up. Oh man. Dropped the phone. My bad. But yeah, basically you just want to buy these ones every day. Sometimes you will see double, so you can get an extra 4, which means it's 8 a day with your daily quest that you should all be completing. So it actually adds up. I don't personally snag these out because I think it's much wiser to actually grab, say, a specific hero copy, especially if you are building those types of heroes. You will eventually want to get as many blue copies just to upgrade them to purple, because you need purple to continue to ascend to higher levels after you've made them legendary. So it's not really wise to spend them on like these or that. I don't think so, in my personal opinion. Hyperspace, it's your choice, dealer's choice for here. Again, same principle. In my opinion, you should just be focusing on specific hero copies. I actually think that might be the last poll that I need, so I may just look at that quickly at a little bit later on and might just grab that. And here you don't even have the option to buy it. But look, I'll kind of digress, but as I'm going through all the tabs, why not speak about this as well? Only buy Rav. Just don't buy anything else. Just buy Rav, because you're going to use him. Every endgame player uses him. Yeah, essentially you just want to buy him. So just keep doing your hyperspace events. We'll actually transition across to that in a second, because that's the second part of this week's new events. But essentially, you're going to get your arcade chips from your market, which you showed you, your daily quest, which is guaranteed for a day, and here. So I actually prefer quests that give chips. And it sounds weird, but I find that a lot more quests these days, even the blue one here, actually just The blue ones give a lot of chips, and you don't need to invest a lot of bullets to re-roll because they actually come up pretty quickly. But if you have a strategy in mind where you are hunting for a specific item like senior highs and the poker chips, or the arcade chips I should say, this is a great place to find it, and you can keep re-rolling until you get the desired result. Obviously I wouldn't use any of your sheriff badges I should say, to continually to re-roll once you've done your daily. I'll just leave it at that. There's no point spending any resources on top of it. And you kind of want to manage your bullets. You don't want to go below a certain amount. I've said in the past that I didn't want to go below 100 because the bounty event, it does require a lot of re-rolling to get your purple quest, which is this, just as an example. And these are sort of, in hindsight, if everybody aims for the purple quests, you probably get better value for your money than the blue ones. But the reality is you're going to get more blue ones naturally because they're a lower drop rate, or they have a higher drop rate, I should say. So yeah, that's pretty much where you're going to get your arcade coins from. And for me personally, I bought the package, so you get 4 a day as well. So if you look at it like that, so you're guaranteed 8, then you're going to buy at least 1 set of arcade from your store, which is 10. So you're looking at 10 a day from that, plus whatever additional ones you get from your bounty hire. So you could end up anywhere between 10 to say 16 a day, even though 16 sounds extreme. If you keep rolling for them, you'll get them in your bounty hire. So it all adds up is what I'm trying to get at. And you kind of have to pick when you want to do the events. Some people are gung-ho. They say, I do my arcade event every month. And I'm like, hey, man, you do you. But at the end of the day, I think the maximum value I'm going to get, especially for where I'm at this point in the game, is I definitely want the phobe copies. I definitely want the senior hire, and I might just stop at the senior hire. Look, the reality is, if I can't get to 600, I'm not going to keep rolling. What's the point? Anyway, moving on. Just trying to speed this up a little bit because I don't want it to go past like a certain point. I notice people don't watch it. Dawn Commission. So the Dawn Commission is all based off your points. So I'll give you a really quick example of it. I know I've spoken about this previously in a last video. However, I'll just give you another quick example. You can buy another premium card for that too. You can also buy some additional items for that. This event's still rolling too, so if you decide to build another Phobe or Phoebe or some, I think it's Nymeria, you can always get the exclusive, basically exclusive sets for them. Anyway, here we look at it from a perspective of, do you lose anything if you complete this event? Me personally, I just do it to the best of my ability. I don't spend any of these reels. Again, I'm not saving for a particular time. I'm just simply not spending them. But you can easily get to 100,000 points just by doing your daily event. And I'll just cover this so that we don't leave any stone unturned. So all your ranking, all those points are based on this. So you can increase the value of your Dawn badge by essentially putting handicaps on yourself, or you can reduce it by putting handicaps on your enemy. And what that means is you can buff yourself or debuff your enemy. And based on that, it basically affects the end results only for the Dawn badge currency, not for the initial reward itself, just to clarify. So I'm not going to buff that. I'm just going to go with it. I'm testing out Gilbert at the moment. He likes to go to sleep a lot. I don't know if there's a way to mitigate that. I know he has some damage reduce available when he does go to sleep. But yeah, at the moment it's a little bit sketchy. Just trying to beat the infamous stage 1530. I'm not sure if I like it. I'm thinking eventually I I might end up scrolling for, or should I say, what's the word? uh, it's not scrolling. I might try gambling for a Charlotte on the arcade. Yeah, let's just call it that. So the refresh here is based off your tickets. Look, honestly, if you want to roll for the purples, that's up to you. You're going to get more of the base currency, which is the Dawn currency. Um, but the reality is you might not be able to beat them. You may need to either buff your team or debuff the enemy team. I just stick with blue. Blue with gems is perfect for me. I'm not really overthinking it. Uh, but again, like, if you want to go full in on this, absolutely. I don't think you're going to be at a disadvantage in this event if you choose to go full in every time, every month for it. Just because there's nothing too fantastic that is a corresponding reward. So boss damage is the second, and it is based off your current, I believe it's based off your current Dawn points. So as you complete the task, which is to acquire your Dawn points, you will eventually then get the corresponding buffs for the actual boss fight. Make sure you do the boss fight. Make sure you buff yourself up. You get plus percentages. The more Dawn points you unlock, the more percentage pluses you can get. Look, some of the whales can maximize this out. If you're a free to play, do it every day. Make sure you're getting your blues. I wouldn't do anything below blue for the task. But if you get stuck, look, obviously just look at the options that you have for putting buffs on your team or debuffs on the enemy. You'll go get past it. But it's just free rewards, guys. This is probably the easiest event to complete. It requires zero resources. It just requires you to go in there, push a button, and let's see if we can make it happen. So I'm going to increase my crit. So if you didn't know, tenacity decreases the crit chance on your hero. Accuracy is good and dodge is good. Actually, I don't need accuracy. I'll go with that. So that's sort of a semi-healing effect. This is going to take a little while, so bear with me as we watch it. I think the reason why it's going to go a little while is because Charlotte basically can't die. Or Phobe's not going to die. Watch this, round 20 they die, and I'll be like, yeah, finally. Just a thought to the devs, and I'm sure that I'll eventually get an opportunity to speak to Helen or Willow about it, or Cherry. I think they should implement a skip button once you get past round 15. That's just my personal thoughts. But if you agree with this assessment, please drop a comment in the comment section below, just so we can just bring it up with them. Because eventually you get to the point, and not just in this mode specifically, but also in modes like the chapter modes. Like after round 15, I don't want to watch it. I don't know if you want to watch it, but I really don't want to watch it. I think there should be a skip function. Win or lose doesn't matter. But yeah, essentially I think they need to implement that. Overall, I like the pace of the game. I like the frequency of the events. There are some cooldowns. There is definitely a pattern that is emerging based on what you need to save currency-wise and when you should utilize it. And we're also... Oh, didn't even get to round 20. Look at that. Look at that. Defeat. Okay. A nice, short and sweet. Short and sweet. But yeah, I'll just show you this. So it got me a rank to 17. So at the moment, my current rewards will be this, plus this, plus this. So make sure you do your task and you do your corresponding boss fight in your task. Make sure you aim for blues. Purples are sweet, but you might find that you need to do a buff or debuff on your team to pass the purple. And just so that we cover it in the event itself, Dawn Commission. Okay, so we passed 1,000 points. We got 12. By doing 5 blues, we got 1,250. 1,250, yeah. So if you do 1,250 a day, and it's for 7 days, yeah, you'll make it pretty far. some pretty cool stuff that you can get. And this is, like I said, this is the easiest free event that's available. If you want to spend all your Dawn Reels, by all means, spend all your Dawn Reels. Try and maximize it. Try and get those purples, but be warned, the purples are hard, and you may need to do your buffs and debuffs to get past it. Please keep chugging along with the turkey event. Don't let your guild down. Be active. If you're in an inactive guild, you might need to jump ship. But hopefully, and here's the plan for me, and hopefully this is the plan for other people too. I want to get this guy. I need Samuel to purple. Right now it's ridiculous. He's stuck at blue. He's been stuck at blue since the beginning of me starting this game. I need him at purple. But I'm also conflicted because I want to get Raph. I want to get Raph because I'm starting to get the hyperspace, not the hyperspace, the Dawn Cinema coins as well. So I'm like, Raph or Samuel? Let me know in the chat. What do you think? What's better? Gilbert, I think you're going to be food, buddy. I'm sorry, but that just seems like, yeah, it seems like it's going to be a thing. But yeah. Anyway, if you like this and you'd like to see similar content, please let me know. Like, subscribe, follow. Thank you already for those amazing people who have already subscribed to this channel. Let's hit 30, guys. Let's hit 30. Let's start building on this, because I think this game, Battle Knights, is here to stay, and it's only going to progress into something it's probably going to be, if not better, or rival things like Idle Heroes out there. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great afternoon.